wheels. Use our Tech wheels, and I have some special orange ones that I'll leave out that you can use. So we'll take this one of these Trans-Tech wheels, excuse me guys, and then we want to draw this on the same side that we made that mark on. So we just set this up on the edge, and we make a radius, and then we go along this edge and we make a radius. Okay? So when we're all said and done, we've got a Frankenstein here that's happy. This is like his big forehead. Okay? So that's what we should have. And if you've got a frowny face, then it looks like his eyebrows maybe are facing downward because he's not very happy. Make sense? All right, so now we're ready to move on to step 5. Bandsaw. We want to cut on the strap side of the line, and then we want to sand on the belt and disc sander. So let's go to the bandsaw. I'm only going to cut one of these for the sake of time. Now remember, whenever we cut on the bandsaw, the first thing we want to do is make sure that our blade guide is adjusted appropriately. So we have to loosen this up in the back, and we want to just make sure that we've got this about 1/4 of an inch above our stock. So if we bring it around on either side, we can just barely fit our pinky nail under there, but that's about as high as we want it above our stock. Remember, that does what for us? It serves 2 purposes. Keeps the blade from twisting, and it kind of keeps our fingers away from the edge of the blade. It's kind of an idea for us, and protects us from the blade up here. So remember, as soon as we're ready, what's the most important thing about making these cuts? What do we have to do? Yep, we don't want to get our fingers within 2 inches. We don't want to cross the cut line. But what do we have to do with that cut when we start? We have to get what lined up? Yeah, we got to get the blade and the line in the same path. We don't want to try to start this piece like this because the line is facing this way. So that means we've got to adjust our piece so it's facing the line. Now remember, when we start, we want to be a 1/16 to an 1/8 away from the line. And then we just want to push it real slow. What's the worst thing we can do after we make our cut?
Try to grab the scrap.
Yeah, try to reach in there and grab that scrap. So we wait until that blade's stopped, and then we reach in and we get rid of our scrap. Now let's go to the sander, because now let's assume we've cut both edges. We're going to come over to the sander now. And our goal is now, we want to sand that smooth right to the line, and then we want to sand our radius. Okay?
So I can start it?
Sure. So we want to move it slowly back and forth. Keep it on the table, keep your fingers away. And as soon as I get to the line, Jason, when I get to the line, tell me to stop. Am I on the line? Think I'm on the line? So say stop. All right, you want to stop right there, right? So now I've sanded it perfectly to the line. What else is left? What else do I have to sand? I have to sand this radius, right? So to do that, I'm just going to come around here. We still want to put this down. You back up just a little bit much so I don't hit you. But we're just going to kind of spin this around just like this. And we'll be able to sand it right down to that line. Just like that. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Make sense? go back to the table. This one's got a lot of steps. I know. So we completed step 5, bandsaw, combination belt and disc sander. Step 6, take pieces to the router table and notice how it says what in bold? Round all edges. So this is your chance. Some of you that have mistakenly rounded one side or another, we're rounding everything here. All right, so we're going all the way around, flipping it over, going all the way around. So let's go to router, and we'll be ready to round over everything. So we're going to turn our router on. Looks like it might have missed a little bit in the middle there. I'm just going to back this up just a little bit. We'll run it over that again. We want to make sure that we get a nice round. Good. So we want to go around the end. Across the angle. You want to turn it around and go up the back. Just to make sure we got everything. Looks good. Round it all the way around. Now we'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. Got to get this round. And now we've got it routed all the way around, both sides. So what's our final step here to prepare it?
Sand.
Yep, now we're ready to take it to the sanding table and sand it up nice and smooth. Any questions? All right, if you've still got pieces to work